Can you use your IRA as a down payment? The short answer is yes, you can. The longer answer requires some additional questions with respect to what do you intend on doing with that property? You also have to look at if your IRA is borrowing money, what type of loan is that? You have to make sure that you're working with the right lender. So let's go ahead and discuss. First, what do you plan on doing with that property? See, I'll have some folks that their intended purpose is to raid their IRA, take money from a tax privileged account, and then acquire a property so that they can live in it personally. Or maybe they want to buy a house and have an in-law stay there, or a parent, or a child, or a grandchild. And those would all be considered prohibited transactions. See, there are disqualified persons to your IRA, which would include yourself, your spouse, your children, your parents, your grandchildren, your grandparents, and then businesses that you essentially own and operate. So you can't self-deal. So if you want to use your IRA as a down payment to acquire, let's say, an investment property, and the plan is for the rental income to flow back into the IRA and you don't intend on living in that property, then that should be an acceptable transaction. Now, in terms of the loan that your IRA is taking on, unfortunately, you'll find that most lenders will not loan to an IRA. And the reason why is because most lenders, particularly banks that lend money to individuals, when they lend you money, they require you to sign what's called a personal guarantee. And under 4975C1B of the Internal Revenue Code, you cannot sign a personal guarantee for a loan that your IRA takes on. It's actually considered a prohibited transaction. So you're going to hear this term used in the self-directed IRA industry, non-recourse loan. Non-recourse essentially means in the event of a default, the only recourse is against the subject property. You are not signing a personal guarantee. Now, are there lenders out there that will loan to an IRA? Certainly. There are plenty of banks and other lenders that will loan to an IRA, whether that's for a buy and hold transaction, or in some instances, people that maybe they want to do a shorter term transaction where they want to do a fix and flip, or maybe they want to buy a house and renovate it and rent it out for a couple of years and then they want to sell it. In those instances, some investors will go to a hard money lender or a private lender. It's just really important that you understand that that loan that your IRA takes on, you as the account owner cannot sign a personal guarantee. Now that leads me to, what about a real estate syndication? So sometimes folks use their IRA funds to invest in an LLC or a partnership, and that partnership is acquiring property, like an apartment building, let's say, and there's a loan on that apartment building. And the managers of that LLC or partnership, known as the general partners or GPs, are the ones that are signing the personal guarantee. As long as the IRA account owner nor any other disqualified person is signing a personal guarantee, then that would be okay. The question I get sometimes is, what if I'm a general partner and I want to also use my IRA to invest in that entity? Well, if the general partner, being the IRA account owner, is signing a personal guarantee, that likely will be an issue or a prohibited transaction. But back to the question at hand, can the IRA be used as a down payment? Again, the short answer is yes, it can be, but you want to make sure that the strategy around what is that property being used for? Is it for investment purposes? Making sure that you're not using that property, a child isn't using that property, a parent isn't using that property, that the strategy is not for you to live in that property. Because there is a chance that even if you took a distribution from the IRA of that property longer term, that if you wanted to live in that house, it could still be considered a prohibited transaction. So remember that the self-directed IRA, the Roth IRA, SEP IRAs, these accounts are highly tax privileged arrangements. And so you want to make sure that you're following the spirit of the law. You're making investments for investment related purposes. And of course, here at Equity Trust, we always let folks know, speak with your CPA or your tax planner regarding all of these strategies, as we are one member of your financial team. I hope you enjoyed this video on can you use your IRA as a down payment. Until the next one, keep leveraging compounding interest in the absence of taxation.